Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Quad Aces Show. Happy 4th of July. My name is Rob Gardner. You can find me on Twitter at DFS Today. And with a split slate of baseball, I'm going to give you a couple picks for this morning and a couple picks for tonight to get you going with your pitchers for this holiday slate. So let's dig in on the AM slate. I'm going to start with my anchor for today, Jon Lester. Now, Lester and all of the Cubs pitching has been a little inconsistent this year. Certainly not what the World Series team pitching did last season, but they've been coming around. Arrieta's coming off of a better start, and Lester has had a couple good outings recently. And he gets to face a Tampa Bay team that's predominantly strong against righties. Yes, there are a few righties in the lineup that can hit lefties around. Souza Jr. will likely be in the leadoff position following the trend of baseball teams putting their best hitters in the leadoff position. Longoria is always a threat, but generally speaking, Tampa Bay does not hit lefties well. Lester's pitching as good as he has all season, and he gets Tampa Bay Devil Rays at home as a favorite in a 7.5 over-under, which is pretty low for a warm day in Chicago. So I'll be using Lester a lot in the early slate. To go along with Lester, yes, you're right, CC Sabathia. Would you believe me if I told you that over his last 6 starts, he's given up 4 earned runs over 6 starts. He had a dreadful start to the season. You had to wonder if his prime had definitely come to an end. But he's really been strong over his last 6 starts. 5 of his last 6 starts, putting up over 20 fantasy points. We've been picking on the Blue Jays and their atrocious run of scoring, and today is no different. We want to take advantage of their poor scoring. I like Sabathia for the price, and on a limited number of options for this slate, he is a strong number 2 pitcher in the AM. Moving to the evening slate, use Kluber and Kershaw, and that's it. Thanks for starting the show. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, obviously, Kershaw and Kluber are number 1 and number 2. Really number 1 and number 1A, and you need to use them extensively. This is the first time in quite a while where I've seen, probably all season, where I've seen 2 games where teams were projected for less than 3 runs on the same slate. And so you definitely want to use both, but you probably can't afford to put both in your lineup at the same time. So instead of going with the obvious, I've got 2 pitchers to go along with 2 studs for tonight's slate. We're going to start with Brad Peacock. Now, the complaint with Brad Peacock is that he doesn't go deep in the games. He's only averaging 5.1 innings per outing right now, and so he does have risk of not being in for the win. But his strikeouts are lights out. He's got a 13 K per 9. He's been 8, 9, 9, 8, 10 strikeouts, despite only going 5, 4, 4, 5.5 innings, and so he's a guy that does have somewhat of a safe floor as long as he doesn't get knocked around. The risk with him is if he does get knocked around early, you're not going to see that K potential, and he's going to put up a negative score. But I like him today against the Braves. He's got a good strikeout matchup, and he's a guy that can definitely put up double-digit strikeouts. And if he can somehow get to the 6th or 7th inning, he's going to put up a monster score, and you get him at a bit of a discount for the top-tier pricing. If you want to really save some money, man, I feel like we're going back to like 2014 here. What is going on? CC Sabathia and Felix Hernandez on the same Quad Aces show? Yeah, it's true. Believe it or not, the Royals are only projected for 3.9 runs right now. One of the few teams below 4 today, and they're facing King Felix. Now, Felix has not been the best in the last several starts, but he hasn't been the worst. He's put up a bunch of 15 fantasy point outings. And again, you're looking for some salary relief at a little bit less risk to fit with his top tier pitching. King Felix, the biggest fear with him is his weakness against right-handed hitters, and Kansas City just doesn't have a lot of fearful right-handed hitters. Strongest batters in the lineup, obviously Hosmer is the biggest guy to fear. He's a lefty. If Moustakas makes the lineup, he's a little bit of a worry, but most of these young guys, Jorge Soler, he hasn't been good since he played for the Cubs. I think that this is a spot where, again, you're hoping to game manage. Worked last night with Andy Moore. So let's give it a ride again. We'll ride the King Felix train and see where it takes us. He does have positive regression coming, and that's been a little bit of his bad luck up over the last 6 games. Strikeouts have not been horrible. Earned runs have not been atrocious. So you need to save some money. Throw out King Felix. That's it for us today. Have a happy 4th of July. We'll be back tomorrow for some normal ongoing baseball. Have a great week, and we will see you soon.